Hey there everyone, Mike here again from Badlands Paintball. Today we're actually going to be doing another tech video, this one by request from one of our happy customers. They were looking to figure out how to tech and maintain their MR100. So I'm going to do a quick tech video today just to show you how to take out your dowel and bolt, your striker bolt, and we're also going to show you how to get access to your Eco cup seal and Eco valve pin. So we're going to dive right into this marker here. Now before we do that, like I always say, you're going to want to have your manual out and ready. The MR100 comes with a great manual, so make sure you take advantage of that. You're also going to want to have your parts kit, and in that parts kit includes all of your Allen keys that you'll need as well. So make sure you have your manual, make sure you have your parts kit, your Allen keys, and also if you think you've got some dry O-rings, make sure you have a nice lube as well, okay? So let's dive on in here and take a look. Alright everyone, so we've got our MR100 here. We're going to take it apart. Now the first thing I always do to make my life a little bit easier, make the gun lower profile, as you know, is taking off the barrel. So we'll twist off this barrel, make this marker a little bit easier to work with. There we go. Now, the first item that we're going to want to clean is going to be the dowel and bolt, and likely we're going to run a swab right down our breech. So by removing the bolt, we'll actually gain complete access to the inside of our breech, so we can run a swab right down there and clean everything out. Now, to get access to your dowel and bolt, the first thing you have to do is remove your rear stock. So to remove this rear stock, it's actually a small Allen key right on the back of the marker, right beside your rail, and you're going to want to twist that Allen key out, and then the stock will actually slide right out the back. Now I love this because this actually makes it really easy. Even if you just want to, put your marker in a bag, you're going to be able to pull off that stock, pull off your barrel, make everything extremely low profile for putting in your marker bag. So I really like that feature. So I've pulled out that screw. As I always say, I'm going to put my screw to the side somewhere safe where I know that it's going to stay where it's going to be. If you are working on a picnic table, I always say look into one of our Eclipse tech mats. They're absolutely great. It'll keep all your stuff from getting lost. But fortunately I'm on a nice table here. So screws to the side. Now I can pull the stock out and remove that. Put that completely to the side. Alright, now that I've removed the stock, we can get access to your dowel and bolt. Now, to gain access to that bolt, to pull it out, you're going to have to pop up this top pin on the top of your marker. When I pull that up, that's going to release the bolt from the striker bolt in the bottom, and now I can slide that dowel and bolt right out. Now you can see on this dowel and bolt there are a few O-rings that you'll want to lube or make sure that they don't need to be replaced. One on the front and one a little bit further behind that. Once you know that all your paint has been removed from that bolt and you know that those O-rings are good and lubed, you can set that right across to the side. Now, some other pieces that you might want to gain access to are going to be your striker bolt in the rear. And of course, you're going to want to check your striker spring as well, just to make sure everything is as it should be. So to gain access to your striker bolt and the striker spring, you're going to have to pop out this single push pin on the rear of the marker. Again, they make it so easy to take these guns apart. So I'll push from this side down, and I can pull out this pin. Now, helpful tip, keep your finger on the back here. That's the striker plug. That's going to keep the spring and the rammer and everything from popping out. So I'll hold on to the back there, pull out the pin, I'm good to go. So you can see there's a little bit of spring tension on there. Not too much. It's not like it's going to come flying out of at your face. But you will want to keep your finger on there. And I always recommend pulling all of these internals out when your marker is uncocked. Okay, that means it's going to be less spring loaded. So I can pull out that striker plug. Got the striker spring. Now I'm going to grab an Allen key and just pull out that rammer from the top there. I need to give it a couple taps. So that's our striker buffer. And the actual bolt itself. Now, there is a hole in the top of that striker bolt where your actual pin from your dowel and bolt pushes in. If you're having a problem getting it out the back, you can just grab your Allen key and push that bolt right out the rear. and you can see the striker bolt there. That's the hole that you're going to be putting your Allen key into and pulling it out the back. So I've pulled out that striker bolt now. You can see that there is one O-ring on the front of your striker bolt as well. So you definitely want to make sure that one is lubed. This striker bolt is doing a lot of movement on the inside of your gun, so you'll really want to make sure that is lubed, okay? Now the only other piece that we might want to take a look at is going to be your Eco cup seal and your Eco pin in the front here. Now to gain access to those, there's a single screw right in the front, just in front of your grip, okay? Alright, so I'm just finishing removing this front Allen key. I do have my finger on that reservoir plug in the front, because there is quite a bit of tension on there, as you can probably see there. So now that I have that screw out, I can remove this reservoir plug. With it will be my valve spring, as well as my Eco cup seal and Eco valve pin, okay? The main pieces that you're going to want to take a look that are okay are definitely going to be your Eco cup seal. Make sure that there's no nicks or scratches or anything major on there. You're also going to want to check to make sure your Eco valve pin is okay too. And of course, your valve spring as well. Want to make sure it doesn't have any bends or anything like that in it. Once we know all these pieces are okay, we could definitely slide them back in. So we'll attach them together again. And we're going to slide everything back. Now you will want to make sure that your screw hole on the top here is going to line up with the hole on your marker when you slide it back. Otherwise, of course, you won't be able to screw it back in again. So slide it all back in, and now I'm going to screw this piece right back on. Alright, so now I'm going to reinstall my striker bolt. The most important thing when reinstalling a striker bolt is you want to make sure the hole in the top is facing upwards, because that's what actually the pin on your dowel bolt is going to insert into. So I'm going to put the O-ring forward and start to slide that striker bolt in. Now it does have to get past the sear on your trigger. So as you're pushing forward, you're going to pull your trigger, and that's going to kick it past the sears, okay? And one more at the end. Perfect. Now to make sure that my bolt stays upright, I'm going to just insert an Allen key here to hold it in place. Now the next step is going to be putting in your striker spring. Now at this point I'm going to slide it pretty far forward. I will have to remove my Allen key in the top here to slide that spring all the way forward, but I'll just wait a second because I'm going to put in my striker buffer here as well. So now my striker buffer is in place, I'm going to remove my Allen key, slide that spring all the way forward, and now we can put in our striker plug. The striker plug does have a small groove on the top of it. That's what's actually catching your push pin, okay? So make sure that striker plug has that groove facing upwards. Slide it through. Now we're going to insert our push pin again. Insert that push pin and you're good to go. Now we're going to reinsert our bolt. You want to make sure that that hole on your striker bolt is facing upwards, okay? So I'm going to get my Allen key in there, make sure it's facing nice and straight. Good. Now I can slide in my bolt. You pretty much slide it almost all the way to the front. Try to push it down just like so, okay? So again, I usually push it all the way to the front, begin to push down, and then slightly pull it back, and that'll kick it right into place. You can know that you're in the right spot when you can cock your marker, pull the trigger, and it kicks forward. So now all we have to do is reinstall our stock again. Just slides right on there. You can screw in this slide screw. Just like so. Then all you guys gotta do is reinstall the barrel. Should be good to go. Alright everyone, so at this point your MR100 should be squeaky clean. We've shown you how to get access to your bolt, your striker bolt as well, and your Eco cup seals and Eco valve pins. Hopefully you've lubed up all the internals. peeled out all that paint if you had any breaks, you should be absolutely good to go. Now, if you do need more information, please come on into any of our 9 locations across Canada. We've got tons of guys that are going to be in there ready to help you out. That's what we're there for. And also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, okay guys? Facebook's actually a great venue to post up some questions. They'll always get answered on there. And of course, guys, as you saw today, we do requests. We love to hear from you. So post up on our YouTube section there, follow us, and make sure you comment. If you like what you see, let us know. If there's more that you'd like to see, definitely let us know as well, okay? We'd absolutely love to hear from you. So hopefully this helped all you MR100 users out there. You'll be shooting a whole lot straighter, so go out there and play some paintball.